What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is 6 talking points from round 2 of the Six Nations. It was a very interesting weekend of some great results for some teams and some not so great for other teams. Obviously kicking it off, we saw Scotland taking on Ireland in a very exciting match, but obviously both teams not playing to the best of their ability, especially Scotland, missing opportunities. Ireland obviously bouncing back from the loss against England, so it was good to see them picking up a win. But again, for me, they should have got a bonus point win. That was important, and same with Scotland really, a losing bonus point win. Then we saw Italy-Wales, another game which was very odd, because Wales, you would have thought, would have dominated that to a different extent and really taken Italy to the next level, but didn't quite go that way. So then we saw Italy really fight back and have their moments of strength. I mean, two tries versus 2 tries, which is pretty impressive for the Italians, but not so impressive for Wales, albeit they did have so many changes to that squad. So that is definitely a pointer, but I would have expected a bit more of a competitive or bigger result from them. And then we get to England and France, the shock of the weekend in my opinion. Fantastic performance from England, but France were absolutely nowhere. I mean, it was a really poor performance from the French, and I expect to see a little bit more from this team. They've got a great team on paper. They have the quality to really take things to the next level, but they just don't seem to gel. They look like nowhere, and a lot of work needs to be done for them, especially if they wanted to get competitive. I mean, we've got the Rugby World Cup right around the corner. They need to really focus on. But Eddie Jones back with his English squad, and they're looking good, they're looking strong, they're looking definitely favourites. But obviously big games coming up that could spoil things here or there, but it should be an absolutely epic Six Nations tournament. We're obviously on a break now, so this video is dedicated to the 6 points that I'll just briefly go on. Firstly, England kick on. England really bounced back strongly, showed a lot of passion, strength, determination within the squad. They were attacking well. I mean, the tries in that first try in the first half was unbelievable. Johnny May, I mean, the memes that are going out are brilliant about him, but outstanding stuff from them. 5 tries in that game. Second half was a bit quieter, but I think they knew they gave it their all. They got the bonus point they needed. They got points on the board. I didn't think they were. I think they put the brakes back a bit, and so they could just take it easy. But France had their moments. I'll get to their point in a bit. But yeah, England really looking good, and obviously taking that confidence from the win against Ireland, moving it into this game, and really looking very strong, which is definitely a good thing for them, because now they can be talked about as contenders and get to the World Cup and all that jazz. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays up. But England definitely back with a vengeance. Next point, obviously, record equaling Wales ready for England. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, because Wales are now won 11 consecutive games in a row, which is absolutely outstanding. They have really turned around for the good, and have put in some strong performances and getting results that they need, which has been absolutely outstanding. So hopefully they can continue this, but now they got the hurdle of England next, which is going to be an absolutely incredible game. I think it's going to be competitive. I think a lot of people are saying England's definitely got this in the bag, but one thing's for sure, you can't count out Wales. They are at home. They're going to be ready. They're going to know the challenge within this English squad. They're going to know that they're going to need to really up their game in order to play the England team proper. Warren Gatland versus Eddie Jones, 2 fantastic coaches really going at it, and both are going to be wanting to prove a point. One's going to be wanting to keep that. I mean, literally, you're looking at whoever wins this game could probably be the next Grand Slam winner, or definite Six Nations winner. So it's an important game that could decide as a whole. I think Ireland fans are going to be wanting Wales to win, so they can come back with a fight in, and then it's back to that end game. So it's going to be awesome. But well done to Wales. Absolutely incredible stuff from them. Obviously this past weekend's game wasn't the prettiest of games, but again, a lot of changes in that squad that I think are something to look past. Obviously when they got their full squad back in, you'll see a big change within the Welsh camp. You could definitely see it in the second half. The bench definitely had a bit of an impact, but it wasn't the greatest result. But well done to Wales. I mean, 11 consecutive wins is absolutely amazing. They'll want to continue that. They're really looking good, and it's awesome to see. It's good for rugby, watching teams come back and show what they're capable of. Next point, Ireland depth to the fore. I mean, their depth within the Irish squad is absolutely outstanding. They were without Henshaw, Ringrose, but then the replacements that come in are just talented. I mean, all 4 provinces of Irish rugby at the moment are looking competitive and are good and are making a stand. I mean, Leinster's got Irish players, you've got Munster, you've got Connacht, you've got Ulster, you've got a wide range of provinces, with all 4 provinces with such great talent, and in every squad you could pick out strength from the various players, which is absolutely outstanding, and you don't always get that. I mean, certain teams, provinces like in South Africa, get favoured more than others, whereas Ireland, you can really pick up solid players. Yes, there's a lot of Leinster players and quite a few Munster players within the squad, but there's also some brilliant players from Connacht and Ulster, which is absolutely outstanding. And the fact that this depth is going to take them really to the next level when it gets to World Cup time, because when your injuries occur, when these tough situations occur, they've got the depth to really take them to the next level. And I mean, the depth is absolutely amazing. It's like the All Blacks. It's just fantastic what quality players Ireland currently have to offer, and the best part for them is that these guys are young. They're not old blokes. They're not players that have been around. There's some young guys like Stockdales and all those brilliant chaps who have like 10 years, 4 to 8 years left of rugby in them, which is absolutely fantastic to have. So the depth for Ireland is exquisite, and going forward, as they are progressively getting better, that will be a big key for them when they play Wales at the end, as well as they said Scotland, Italy, and France. So it's going to be important for them to really buckle down and continue this improvement. Last week's victory was brilliant. It was good, it was needed, but it still wasn't the strength of what Ireland were last year, and that's something that they need to work on. Obviously, you got your injuries. Without Johnny Sexton, players are starting to get to the things of playing together as one nation, but now it's crunch time. Now they need to catch a wake up and start playing proper rugby, and with that depth, it's truly amazing, and I think they could go really from strength to strength. The 4th point, fixing Scotland's second half issues. Now, as I said in yesterday's video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the iCard. Scotland frustrated me in a lot of ways, because they had the opportunities of scoring tries. They were on the goal line. There were moments of brilliance. There was moments of dominance, but then basic errors cost them. They lost the ball. I mean, Peter O'Mahony was ripping into them, getting the ball back. He was really a genius of the game this past weekend, but they just couldn't go the extra mile. They came close, but they couldn't cross that finish line. And the second half issues of not being able to really go that extra mile and take on Ireland was annoying, because they had it. They set the movements. They'd done all the hard work to get into that half, and they just couldn't capitalise, and they need to work on it. Both Townsend and Laidlaw have said they need to work on second half issues, because they didn't gel. It was like Ireland just came back, and I feel that they really need to work on it, because if they capitalised on those opportunities, that scoreline would have been different, and we could have maybe seen an upset if they capitalised, but they didn't. The defence was brilliant from Ireland, and unfortunately from an attacking point of view, Scotland didn't go that extra mile which they needed to go if they were wanting to be competitive, if they were wanting to have chances at victory, at surprise wins and all that stuff. They need to work on these issues and capitalise. I know this because I get frustrated, because I watch it within South African rugby. We do all the hard work to get to that try line, and we just can't go that extra mile. We need to work on that, and Scotland need to work on that, so that they can get to that extra mile and get the try that they need. in order to win a game. It could be a changing moment if those things become successful. They were doing it well against Italy, lost it in the last 10 minutes, but against teams like Ireland, it's crunch time. These are proper competitive playing nations. You need to play to the ability. It's not Italy, and I mean, it's going to get harder. You're going to go to England, you're going to play Wales. They are going to be tough contests. France, pretty much at this rate, you can see a victory may be coming from there. But again, if you don't capitalize on these final moments, if you don't capitalize on the second half issues, you're going to go nowhere. So a big improvement is needed from Scotland from that side. Other than that, they have the capability, they have the players, they have the team, they have the staff to do it. They just need to work well together. Next part is French replacements push for starting roles. That was one thing I did notice. If we have to look at some sort of positive from the French game, is this the bench really did put on a bit of a fight, and they had their moments where it definitely slowed down that second half a bit. Again, I do reckon England put the brakes on and just calmed down a bit. But there was definitely an impact from the bench of the French team, and if that's the change that needs to be done, do it now so that they can get this team sorted out. Like I said, they've got the least amount of injuries within the whole Six Nations tournament. They've got fantastic rugby players, pure quality. Is it a coach problem again? Is it what? There needs to be a gel, because they are not gelling. And you guys said it in the comments. Even some England supporters are saying they're disappointed in where the French rugby team has come and why they haven't got to that level of competitiveness. A lot of work needs to be done. They need to go back to the drawing board and figure out if it's the bench that were impressive from this past weekend, then that bench need more playing time so that they can take it to the next level. They can take the new opportunities. I think that's going to be an important mindset and goal for France going forward. But I really hope they catch a wake up and come back, because I want always competitive games from all the various teams, and I like seeing success stories. But France for the past 2-3 years haven't been what we know them to be, and that threat, that dark horse, that they're not there at the moment. I mean, there's talks of maybe Italy even surprising us, or definitely Scotland. France definitely need a shake-up. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see what happens. And then final point is Steyn shines for Azzurri. I thought the Italians really had a good game. Considering who they were playing against, it's against Wales. Yes, I know, so many changes. But for me, I was impressed with what Italy had to offer. 2 tries in the game versus 2 tries from Wales. That's outstanding. And Steyn really was an absolute force on the field. You know, you still lose, but to have a player that gives it his absolute all was absolutely fantastic. And the South African too, go on son, well done. But it was good to see, and it gives the Italians hope, because they need these upcoming futures. I mean, Sergio is an old chap now. He's probably going to retire after World Cup, or he's definitely getting to that stage where people start questioning that. I mean, he's still brilliant, could probably play many more years, but it's these things that Italy need to build, because it's a constant question that people are asking: should Italy be in the Six Nations still? Should it go back to 5 nations? Should Georgia join in? It's these kind of questions, and if Italy want to silence these critics and tell them to like shut up and stuff, they need to perform. And for me, it was impressive, but again, weak Wales side. So it's so much to look out for, but definitely a pointer there for Italy. Steyn stood out and had an outstanding game, and I was very impressed watching him on the field against Wales. So those are the 6 pointers of the overall Six Nations. I mean, we've reached week 2 or round 2. We're going on a break now this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, because but we do have Super Rugby back. Yes, please. But international break, we will get back to it in the next week. But obviously I'll do the odd other video for Six Nations to chat about extra other topics. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Turn the bell notification on so you don't miss out on that as well. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Give this a video a like if you enjoyed it, and again, hit the subscribe button. We're nearly at 11,000 subscribers. Thanks so much for the support. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.